Okay, so welcome to this video series on aptitude presented by Mentors4ias in association with Bangalore IAS Academy and NammaKPSC. So in this particular video, we will be taking up time and work. Okay, so in this particular session, we'll take up time and work because this particular topic is actually very important. This is a very important topic that we'll be doing today, that is time and work, because any aptitude exam that you take, it will have at least one question. It will at least have one question on time and work. Also, if you understand this particular topic, if you understand the concept behind solving problems when it comes to time and work, you should also be able to solve problems on pipes and cisterns, or sometimes even referred to as taps and tanks, whatever it is, similar kind of questions. You should be able to do problems even on pipes and cisterns. Now, apart from that, the reason why I'm saying that it is very important is that when it comes to time and work, you have a variety of questions that can be asked from this particular topic. So they may twist questions under this topic in several ways. There's no one, two, there's no three, four, five. No, there are several types of questions which may be asked from this particular topic, and therefore it is actually important that you understand the concept behind this particular topic before we actually move on ahead. So if you are actually good when it comes to arithmetic, that is especially proportions and fractions, you should be comfortable in this particular topic. Now, let me just give you a suggestion over here. Even if you are not comfortable in this particular topic, I would suggest please do make yourself comfortable, because it actually holds a lot of weightage. So without wasting more time, let me move on ahead with this particular topic. As usual, in the end, I will give you a few practice problems. However, the answers for these practice problems, I am going to mention it in the video itself rather than posting it in the comment section. So you may just pause the video over there, solve the questions, and then you can move on to the next slide where you should find the answers, and you may verify if you are able to get the correct answer. Okay, so let us start with the first question. Now, the first question is actually a very simple question. It is a typical question when it comes to time and work. So since this is the first question, I will start from the basics. I will explain each and everything, but I will not do this for each and every problem. So I expect you to understand the entire concept behind time and work with this particular topic. However, it does not mean that just because you've understood the concept of this particular problem, you should be able to do all other types of problems. There are several ways of doing a particular problem. There are different types of problems, and once again, it is always about practice. Only when you practice different kinds of problems under this particular topic will you be able to master time and work. And it is actually easy, it is actually interesting, and it is important. Therefore, it is necessary that you master time and work. Okay, so let us start with this particular question over here. So question 1 says there's a person by the name A. So A alone can finish a piece of work in 10 days. B alone can finish the same work in 15 days. So now if both A and B work together, in how many days will they be able to complete the entire piece of work? I hope you understood the question. So there's a person called A. Now A takes 10 days to complete the entire work. B takes 15 days to complete the entire work. Now what if both A and B work together? If both of them are working together, how many days will they take to complete the entire work? That is the question over here. Now this particular question, I will solve it by two ways, in two methods. Okay, I will solve it using two methods. Now the first method will be your traditional method. Now I want you to understand the first method properly, because the second method is not universal, whereas the first method, that is the traditional method, is actually universal. You can solve almost every type of problem when it comes to time and work. So not almost every type of problem under time and work by this traditional method. However, the second method, which I like to call as the chocolate method. Okay, now this chocolate method is easier to understand, but since it is easier, it is actually meant to explain it to kids. So I don't want you to stick on to this particular type or method in order to solve time and work. I want you to understand the traditional method. I want you to be able to solve questions by using the traditional method and not the chocolate method, even though it is actually enticing, even though you would feel what do you call as comfortable with this particular method, because not every problem can be solved by your chocolate method. So I will first solve the problem by the traditional method. Okay, so this is your traditional method. Okay, now I hope everybody understood the question. So what I will do is, let me assume the work to be done. Okay, let me assume the work to be done to be X. So there is an X amount of work that has to be done. Now the question says that A will complete the entire work. That is, A can complete X amount of work in how many days? 10 days. Similarly, B can complete X amount of work in how many days? In 15 days. Now the question is, if both A and B are working together, in how many days can they complete the X amount of work? That is the entire question over here. So what I'm going to do is that, let me first determine how much amount of work A and B can do on a single day. How much amount of work do they do in a single day? Okay, so how do we find this out? So take A first. Now what will happen? A takes how many days? He takes 10 days to complete X work. So in one day, how much work will he complete? This is the question. This is very simple now. I only have to cross multiply. So if A takes 10 days to complete the entire X work, in one day, how much work will he complete? Nothing but cross multiply. You multiply X by 1, that is nothing but X, and take 10 to the other side. This is 10 over here. So A completes X by 10 amount of work in one day. A completes X by 10 amount of work in one day. Similarly, B. Now B takes 15 days to complete X amount of work. Similarly, how much amount of work will he complete in one day? Now in a similar fashion, B will complete X by 15 amount of work in one day. Again same thing, you multiply X by 1 and then divide this by 15. That is how we get X by 15. So A completes X by 10 amount of work in one day, B completes X by 15 amount of work in one day. Now what if both A and B are working together? If both A and B are working together, how much amount of work will they complete in a single day? So in order for me to find out the amount of work completed by both A and B if working together in a single day, then what do? I add X by 10 and X by 15. So now I will add X by 10 plus X by 15. So C will be the amount of work that is done by both A and B working together. So when I add x by 10 by x plus 50, x by 15, I should get x by c. Now how do I get this x by 10 plus x by 15? I'm pretty sure you should be able to do this by now, because the last video we had discussed HCF and LCM. I hope everybody knows how to add fractions. This is nothing but by LCM. So the LCM of 10 and 15 is what? The LCM of 10 and 15 is nothing but 30. So you should take the denominator as 30 and then multiply x by its respective denominators for 10 and 15, that is 3 and 2. But however, I do not prefer taking LCM always. I consider straight away multiplying these two things. So I'll multiply 15 here and I'll multiply 10 over here. So I get what? 15x plus 10x divided by 10 into 15. That is what? 150. So this is nothing but 25x. 10 plus 15 is 25. 25x by 150. So now I have to simplify this. 5 5s are 25, 5 3s are 15, 0, 5 6 are. This is nothing but x by 6. So this is what? C is what? C is 6. So I get x by 6. So if both A and B are working together, in one day they complete how much work? They are able to complete x by 6. What is x by 6 now? X by 6 is the amount of work completed by A and B if both of them are working together. So now coming back to the same thing. C, what is C? C is if both A and B are working together. So if both A and B are working together and in one day they can complete x by 6 amount of work, then how many days will they take to complete x amount of work? Now this is what the question is asking for, and this is what we are going to find out now. In one day, if they complete x by 6 amount of work, how many days will they take to complete the entire amount, that is x? Once again, nothing but simple cross multiplication. I take x to this side, multiply it by 1 and then divide it by x by 6. So what do I get here? I get x. This x, I take it here. I get x, multiply it by 1, then divided by x by 6. Very simple. What do I get? I take 6 here to the numerator. X and x gets cancelled. Now x and x gets cancelled and I take 6 to the numerator. See, this is very simple. In what version is this? This is nothing but in this version. X by 1 divided by x by 6. So how do we simplify this? I get x by 1 into 6 by x. I take it here. Correct? I hope everybody remembers. This is elementary maths, school level maths. I take this to the upper side over here to the numerator, 6 by x. So x and x gets cancelled. What do you have remaining? Nothing but 6. So if both A and B are working together, they take 6 days to complete the entire work. Therefore, the correct answer is option B, or 6 days. So the correct answer is 6 days. Now, however, I did tell you that I will solve it by 2 methods. Okay, so now I will take the second method to solve this particular question over here. Okay, now the second method, I call the second method as the chocolate method. Okay, the chocolate method, and this is very simple now. Now instead of x, let me assume the amount of work to be done is to eat 30 chocolates. See, in the previous method, that is in the traditional method, what did I say? I assume the amount of work to be x. But here I am assuming let the amount of work to be done is to eat 30 chocolates. Okay. See, I can assume any number I want here. Okay, I can assume any number. It does not matter. I can assume 70, I can take 100, I can take 2000, I can take 1,10,299, whatever it is. But why am I taking 30? The reason I am taking 30 is that 30 is a multiple of both 15 and 10. I can divide 30 by 10, I can divide 30 by 15 as well. See, I can take 100 as well. You can take 100 and you can solve the problem, absolutely no issues. But you will take extra time. You are unnecessarily making your life more difficult. Unnecessarily, you will increase the amount of time that is taken. So always try to take the multiple. So 10 and 15. LCM is what? LCM is nothing but 30. I can take multiples of 30. I can take 60. I can take 120. I can take 150. It does not matter. But they should be divisible by both 10 and 15. So here I'm assuming, let the work to be done be to eat 30 chocolates. Now the question says A can eat 30 chocolates in 10 days. A can eat 30 chocolates in 10 days. Now if A can eat 30 chocolates in 10 days, okay, how many chocolates does he eat per day? Nothing but 30 by 10, that is 3 chocolates per day, correct? So A eats 3 chocolates per day. Similarly, B. Now B eats 30 chocolates in how many days? In 15 days, correct? If B eats 30 chocolates in 15 days, how many chocolates does he eat in one day? He eats 2 chocolates per day. He eats 2 chocolates per day. Okay, so I'm going to write it here. A. Okay, A eats 3 chocolates per day. B eats 2 chocolates per day. Now what is the question asking for? The question is asking if both A and B are working together, how many days will they take to complete the work? Meaning if both A and B eat 30 chocolates together, in how many days will they complete it together? So let me add this now. A plus B. What do I get? 3 plus 2, 5 chocolates per day. So if both A and B are eating 30 chocolates together, in one day how many chocolates will they eat? They will eat 5 chocolates. So 5 chocolates per day is being consumed. So now the question is, if in one day they eat 5 chocolates, how many days will they take to eat 30 chocolates? Very same thing now. I take 30 here, multiply 1 by 30 and then divide it by 5. I take question mark to the other side. I get 5. What is this? 5 6 are 30. So they will take 6 days to eat 30 chocolates. Did we not get the same answer now? Is it not 6 days again? It is the same thing. So you can do it by two methods. For simple things, fine, the chocolate method is easier. I'm doing this method so that everybody understands, you're able to understand the concept, you're able to appreciate this particular topic. You should not feel that it is difficult all of a sudden because I use x by a, x by b, x by c. But always try to follow the traditional method. So please remember, in the traditional method, it is always in the form of x by a plus x by b plus x by c. If you remember, c. If you remember from the first method, I had written it in which manner? X by 10 plus x by 15 is equal to, my mistake. It is x by a plus x by b is equal to x by c, where a is the amount of the number of days taken by a itself, that is 10. I am writing it as b, that is the number of days taken by b is 15, is equal to x by c, where c is the number of days taken to complete the entire work, where both a and b work together. So from the next problem onwards, I will not do the entire thing where if x is the amount of work to be done, and if they take 10 days to complete the entire work, how many number of days, in one day, how much of amount of work will be in one day, how much work will a be able to complete? I will simply write it as x by 10. Similarly for b, I will simply write it as x by 15. I will not do the entire procedure. I hope you understood. If not, please do go back. Please do understand the traditional method. It is important. So let us move on to the next question. Okay. Second problem. Now the second problem says A and B can finish a piece of work in 8 days. A alone can finish it in 12 days. In how many days B can finish it alone? That is the same work. Now I hope you understood the difference between the first question and the second question. The first question said A can do it in number of days, B can do it in some number of days. Now if both A and B work together, in how many number of days they finish it? In this particular question, they have given the number of days the work can be completed by both A and B, and also the number of days that A takes to complete the entire work. But how much time, what is the number of days taken by B to complete the entire work? That is the question over here. Okay, now same thing, I will do it by the traditional method first. Okay, so I told you all these type of problems can be written it in the form of x by a plus x by b is equal to x by c, where a is the number of days taken by a, that is 12. B is the number of days taken by B. I have to find this out. C is the number of days taken by both A and B if they work together. That is 8 days. See, if not understood, I'll just simply solve this once again. I'll just do this once again for this particular problem. Okay. Now, I am assuming let the amount of work to be done is X. X is the amount of work to be completed. Okay. So, if A can complete entire X amount in 12 days, how much work will they complete in 1 day? Nothing but cross multiplication. I multiply X by 1 and then divide it by 12. I take question mark to the other side. So in 1 day, how much work will A complete? 12. Sorry, X by 12. Similarly, if both A and B are working together, they will complete X amount of work in 8 days. Then how much amount of work will they complete in 1 day? Nothing but X by 8. Okay, so this is what we have to do. Now I have to find out B. So the entire amount of work is done in B number of days. So in 1 day, how much amount of work is completed? Nothing but X by B. So I will substitute for A and C as 12 and 8 respectively. So what do I get here? I get X by 12 plus X by B is equal to X by 8. I want B. So I will take X by 12 to the other side. So what do I get? I get X by 12 is equal to X by 8 minus X by, sorry, my mistake. I am taking X by 12 to the other side, not X by B, my mistake. So what do I get here? I get X by B is equal to X by 8 minus X by 12. So again, you can take 24 as the LCM and do it, but I always prefer multiplying. Okay, I'll multiply. I get 12x minus 8x divided by 8 into 12. So this is nothing but, here I'm taking it ahead. 12x minus 8x is what? 4x divided by 8 into 12. This is what? 4 2s are 8. So x divided by 2 into 12, this is nothing but x by 24. So what does this mean? X by B is nothing but x by 24. X cancelled, B is equal to 24. Meaning what? If B is working alone, he will take 24 days to complete the entire work. If B is working alone, he'll take 24 days to complete the entire work. It is the correct answer. Now I'll do it by the chocolate method. Okay. Now this is your chocolate method. Now once again, I'm going to assume a few number of chocolates to be eaten. Now let me assume the amount of chocolates to be eaten be 24 chocolates. Why is it 24 chocolates? 8 and 12. Is 24 divisible by 8? Of course. Is 24 divisible by 12? Of course. Now since both 8 ones are 8, 8 2s are 16, 8 3s are 24, 12 ones are 12, 12 2s are 24. Therefore it is 24 chocolates. Now if the number of chocolates to be eaten is 24, A can eat 24 chocolates in how many days? 12 days. Therefore in 1 day, how many chocolates does A eat? 2 chocolates per day. B, I don't know. I don't know how many chocolates B eats per day. I have to find this out. How about A plus B? A plus B meaning what? If 24 chocolates is eaten in 8 days. In 1 day, how many chocolates? 24 by 8. 24 by 8. Nothing but 3 chocolates per day. If both A and B are working together, they eat 3 chocolates per day. So I'll just write this here. A is what? 2 chocolates per day. B is what? I don't know. I'll just keep it as B itself here. Please don't get confused. You can take it as anything else. You can take it as Y, you can take it as small b. Fine, I'll write it just as small b so that you don't get confused. This is small b. Okay. If both of them are working together, they eat 3 chocolates per day. Meaning what? 2 plus b should be equal to 3. Correct? 2 plus b should be equal to 3. Therefore, what is b? B is nothing but 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Meaning what? B eats 1 chocolate per day. If he can eat only 1 chocolate per day, how many days will he take to eat 24 chocolates? How many days to eat 24 chocolates? Obviously 24 days. If he eats only 1 chocolate per day, he'll take 24 days to eat 24 chocolates. Therefore, again, the correct answer is 24. Okay. Next question. The next question says, A is twice more capable than B, and together they can finish a piece of work in 12 days. So in how many days can B alone finish the full work? Now you have to understand this. A is twice more capable than B, meaning every day A is able to do 2 times the amount of work when compared to B, or A should be able to do the entire work in half the number of days when compared to B. That is what it means when I say A is twice more capable, meaning A is 100% more efficient than B. So the question is, A is twice more capable than B, and together they can finish a piece of work in 12 days. So if both A and B are working together, okay, so A is the number of days taken by A itself, B is the number of days taken by B itself. I am representing it as A and B itself. This should be equal to X by C, where C is what? C is the number of days taken by both A and B if both of them work together. So what do I get? I get X by A plus X by B is equal to X by 12. Now the question is asking how many days shall B take to complete the entire work by himself. That is the question over here. Now see here, since it says A is twice more capable than B, then A, that is the number of days taken by A to complete, should be equal to half the number of days taken by B. Correct? A is twice more capable, then A should be able to do the entire amount of work in half the number of days when compared to B. Therefore, can I write A as A equal to B by 2? Of course, right? Because he is able to do the entire work in half the number of days. So now what will I do? I will substitute this A as B by 2 over here. So what do I get here? I get X divided by B plus 2 by X by B is equal to X by 12. I take B to the numerator over here. I get 2X by B. I get X by B is equal to X by 12. So I'll just write this over here now. I get 3X by B is equal to X by 12. X and X gets cancelled. I take 12 to the other side. I take B to the other side. 3 into 12 is equal to B, or 36 is equal to B. Therefore, in how many days does B alone finish the entire work? 36 days. Correct answer is D. I hope you are following now. This is by the traditional method. It is by 36 days. If you want, I will do it by the chocolate method, but you'll see that when the problems get more and more difficult, the chocolate method is not the best option. Okay, now by representing the entire amount of work by X is a bit complicated. You might feel it's a bit complicated, but with practice it becomes very, very simple. You should be able to do it. Okay, now let me assume some number. Now see, the thing is that since I only have 12, I really don't know which number to assume, but let me assume a multiple of 12. So let me take the amount of work to be done to be 48 chocolates. Then the amount of work to be done is 48 chocolates. Now if both A and B are working together, they complete the entire work in 12 days. if they're able to complete the entire work in 12 days, that is, they're able to eat 48 chocolates in 12 days. In 12 days, they eat 48 chocolates. How many chocolates per day? 48 by 12, nothing but how many? 4 chocolates per day. 12 4s are 48, so it is 4 chocolates per day. Now, I don't know the number of days taken by A, therefore I don't know the number of chocolates eaten by A, neither do I know the number of chocolates eaten by B. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I will say let it be A chocolates per day, let it be B chocolates per day. When I add both of them, this is number of chocolates eaten by A, this is number of chocolates eaten by B, I should get 4 chocolates per day. That is, A plus B should be equal to 4 chocolates per day. Now, I also know that since A is twice more capable than B, since A is twice more capable than B, then A can eat 2 times the number of chocolates eaten by B. Therefore, now can I write A is equal to 2B? See here, in the previous question, that is, sorry, in the previous method, but that is in the traditional method, what did I write? I wrote A is equal to B by 2. That was because A represented the number of days, B also represented the number of days. But here I am saying the number of chocolates. See, if this is confusing, let me take P. Okay, I'll take this as Q. Okay, so A eats, I'm just assuming, P chocolates per day, B eats Q chocolates per day. Okay, so P plus Q is how much? It should be 4 chocolates per day. Now, since A is twice more capable than B, A should be able to eat more chocolates, 2 times the number of chocolates eaten by B per day. So, can I say P is equal to 2Q? Correct? It has to be, because he is 2 times more capable. So, I will substitute P as 2Q. I get what? 2Q plus Q is equal to 4, or 3Q is equal to 4. Therefore, Q is equal to nothing but 4 by 3 chocolates per day. Meaning person B eats 4 by 3 chocolates per day. So, in one day, I'm sorry, I'm solving the question problem everywhere. I hope you're able to follow, because I'm moving from one place to another. Please do keep a track. So, coming back to this, if B is able to eat 4 by 3 chocolates in one day, I'll just, one second, I'll just erase the entire thing now. I hope, or let me just solve it here. Okay, now what is it saying? In one day, B can eat how many chocolates? 4 by 3 chocolates per day. Correct? So, in how many days can he eat 48 chocolates? That is the question. 48 chocolates. So, now what will I do? I'll take 48 to the other side. 48 into 1 divided by 4 by 3. So, I take 3 to the other side. What do I get? I get 48 divided by 4 into 3. So, 12 4s are 48, 12 3s are again nothing but 36. So, again the answer is nothing but 36. I hope you are able to understand and follow what is being done here. So, this is time and work. I am taking a lot of time to explain it to you, but usually it does not take so much of time. These are very simple problems. Next question, that is the fourth problem. Now, the question says A is 3 times more capable than B and takes 10 days less than B to finish a piece of work. So, in how many days can B alone finish the work? I would suggest you pause the video, try to do it by yourself. Try to do it by yourself. Pause the video, try to do it by yourself. Okay, now if you did try to do it by yourself, I am pretty sure again you would have written this and you would have tried to do this. Okay, but for this particular problem it is not necessary. It is not necessary. Now again I'll assume let A be the number of days taken by A and B be the number of days taken by B. Now the question says A is 3 times more capable than B and takes 10 days less than B to finish a piece of work, correct? Now, if that is the case, don't you think B minus A is equal to 10? A takes 10 days less, or B takes 10 days more than A to finish the entire work. Therefore, the difference between B and A should be equal to 10 days. Now, the question is asking how many days can B alone finish the entire work. Also, it says A is 3 times more capable than B. If A is 3 times more capable than B, don't you think A should be able to do the entire work in 1/3 the amount of time now that of B? So A is equal to B by 3. Since A is 3 times more capable, A is equal to B by 3. A takes 1/3 the amount of time taken by B. Now the question is asking how many days does B finish the entire work in? So what will I do here? I will substitute A as B by 3 in the first equation over here. I already know B minus A is equal to 10. I will substitute A as B by 3. Then what do I get? I get B minus B by 3 is equal to 10. I take 3 LCM here, so it is 3B minus B by 3 is equal to 10. 3B minus B is nothing but 2B. I take 3 to the other side, multiply 10, I get 30. So what is B? B is nothing but 30 by 2 is equal to 15 days. So B takes nothing but 15 days. If B takes 15 days, what is A? Nothing but 15 by 3 equal to 5 days. So the correct answer is 15. 15 days. Okay. Next question. A can finish a piece of work in 10 days. B is 50% more capable than A. In how many days can B alone do the entire work in? Now, see here, many people what they would do is that, see, if the question said B is 100% more capable, then B should be able to do the entire amount of work in half the number of days, correct? B should be able to do the entire work in half the number of days. If that is the case, then over here shouldn't it be 7.5 days? Okay, that would be the logic, but please don't make such mistakes. Okay, so here A can do it in 10 days. If A can do it in 10 days and if B is 50% more capable, what is B? B is nothing but 10 by 1.5, correct? That is what we have to do. See, if I said B is 100% more capable, or if B is twice more capable, then what would the number of days taken by B be? It would be nothing but 10 by 2. So therefore the number of days taken by B to complete the entire work is nothing but 10 by 1.5, or this is nothing but 10 by 3 by 2. So I take 2 to the other side, sorry, to the numerator. What do I get? I get 2 into 10 by 3. This is nothing but 20 by 3. So B takes 20 by 3 days to complete the work. But do I have 20 by 3 in the answer? No, I don't have 20 by 3 in the answer. So let me try to divide 20 by 3. 3 6 are 18. I get remainder as 2. Now do I have 6 2 by 3 days? Correct? Do I have 6 2 by 3 days? 6 2 by 3 days. Of course I have 6 2 by 3 days. Therefore the correct option is B over here. Please don't make the mistake of marking 7.5 days, because it is not just number of days. You should also consider that the amount of work that is done. See, just to prove it to you, I will do this chocolate method over here to show that it is not 7.5 days, but it is rather 6 2 by 3 days. Okay, so what I will do is, let me assume the number of chocolates to be eaten be, say, 300 days, 300 chocolates for example. Okay, I'm assuming, let the work be 300 chocolates. If the work is 300 chocolates and if A can eat 300 chocolates in 10 days, how many chocolates per day? 30 chocolates per day. B can eat 300 chocolates in how many days? 20 by 3 days. So what is this? 300 by 20 by 3. I take 3 to the numerator. What do I get here? I get 300 into 3 divided by 20. So 0 0 goes 2 15s are 30. 15 threes is what? 45 chocolates per day. So now B can eat 45 chocolates per day, whereas A can eat 30 chocolates per day. A can eat 30 chocolates per day, whereas B can eat how many? 45. What is 45? 30 plus 15. 30 plus 15 chocolates per day. So isn't A 50% more capable? Isn't A eating 15 chocolates extra, 50% more capable? So it is not 7.5 days, rather it is 20 by 3 days. If it is 7.5 days, then meaning what? 300 chocolates eaten by 7.5, or this is nothing but 3000 by 75. So 25 threes are, this is 4, 10, 3, 10, 10 into 4, 40 chocolates. It would mean 40 chocolates, 10 chocolates extra. This is not 50% more capable than A. Therefore, the correct answer is B, 6 2 by 3 days. 6 2 by 3 days. Okay, so now these are the practice questions. There are 3 simple questions for practice. If you understood the entire concept, you should be able to do these problems as well. Now the answers for these problems is in the next slide. So you may pause the video here and then play the video once again to check or verify your answers. So your answers are 24 hours, 3.33 days and 20 days respectively. Please check if you are able to get the answers. If you still have any doubts, please do write to us in the comment section. We will continue. We will do more problems on time and work. Thank you.